Hey y'all, today I'm here at the side of the old Young Mill Bridge. Now this bridge is supposedly haunted by a ghost, the ghost of Annabelle. And I don't know if that's true or not. There are some stories online about it, but I'm definitely not one to discount a good ghost story. If you have followed my channel or looked back, seen some of my other videos I've done in the past, when I first started my channel, I've got quite a few about some unusual happenings in a house I grew up in. And that brings me to a story of, speaking of haunted bridges and creeks and what have you. When I was younger, my brother and I decided to go night fishing. We'd never been night fishing before, but we grew up going down the creek, running through stuff like this for 2 or 3 miles down through the swamp fishing. And one night we decided we would go down to the creek at night. We got down there, we got out of our car, we headed down the bank. We got way on back in the creek back there, and all of a sudden we heard the biggest splash. It sounded like a 1,000-pound boulder hit the water. And I remember my brother and I, we looked at each other, and the only light we had was the light of the moon, which wasn't that much. And we both hightailed it out of there. And needless to say, we never went night fishing again. But today, we're here at this old bridge, and also the site of Young's Mill. Now this mill was destroyed accidentally by dynamite back in, I think, 1911 by a road crew. And they were doing some work here and accidentally just destroyed the mill. And we'll take a look at that. And there's also an old small house up here that I think is from like 1901. We'll take a look at that as well. I don't know if this old bridge is haunted or not, but it's still pretty dang cool. Let's walk down here to the side of the old mill, take a look at it. If I can get down here without busting my behind. This is covered in leaves and slippery, and I don't know if you can tell how steep it is. That's pretty steep. So I'm gonna turn the GoPro off for just a minute. I don't want y'all to see me fall, so I'll try to make it down there. All right, made it down here. I can just make it on out here to the side of the old mill without busting my behind. Yeah, I don't know what the date on that bridge is. I didn't see anything about it. The house that we're going to look at in a little bit, there was an original house there, and it was replaced, it said in 1929. It's pretty cool. It's a small little house. The roof and all is gone. Some of the other parts are gone, but still pretty interesting. Let's take a look at this old mill. Step out here. It's part of the old gear mechanism. We'll take a look on the other side as well. Yeah, it's a shame that it was accidentally destroyed. But at least there's something left to where we can actually see where it was. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna see if I can make my way around to the other side. I'll see you then. Decided to get a little closer look down here, closer to the water, before I step around to the other side. It's I have to be careful out here because I have on boots and they're pretty slick. Alright, I'll see if I can make my way around to the other side now. A glimpse of the house we're going to take a look at in a little bit. I guess old path here, old walkway, part of that's still here as well. This is an old grist and sawmill, 19th century. Oh, let's see if I can make my way down here. Be careful, I'm not as young as I used to be. Might not get back out. I might not get back out of here. I might better be careful about where I go. Okay. Well, I'm down here. I don't know if I get back out, but I'm down here. Shot of the old bridge up there. Yeah, like I say, they say that you come down here at night, and the best time to come is midnight, and you'll hear like dogs howling or wolves or whatever howling, and there's supposed to be an apparition of a young woman, and they say that that's Annabelle. And like I said, I'm not one to discount a good story about something that's unexplained, because I've definitely had my fair share of that. Anyway, we'll take a look. I fall down here, I might not ever get out. So all right, I think I'm about to go change my battery. Battery's about to die, but then we'll go take a look at the old house. Check out the old retaining wall here, all stone from the creek. A lot of these large boulders around here, and I'm sure all of this was gotten from around the creek, all locally sourced here. Back in the day, you got what you could from as close as you could. Yeah. Here's the old home site here. Now there was another house here built in the 1800s, but this one, according to what I read online, was built in 1929, and a lot of the front section is gone. The roof obviously is gone. You can see where later it looks like some electrical was added. Maybe some around here as well. Yeah, where the lines would have come in, the old electric up there. But inside of it, despite the graffiti, it's pretty awesome. I mean, check this out. The old fireplace, the old mantle. I love that. That is awesome. A little tall for me, but that's awesome. I'm glad that is still here. Can you imagine way back when, and all this would have been clear? You would have had a perfect view of the creek and the mill down there. Those windows up really high. I imagine that was for ventilation. Window on the front, and the rounded archway doors, one on the front and one on the back. And it's all brick, and the outside is all stonework. I can imagine this little house was quite beautiful in its day for a small home. I mean, It's the equivalent of what we call today a tiny home. Window on either side of the fireplace. Yeah, I just really like old places like this. Thing is, I like to think about, you know, who lived here, how their life was during that time. You know, considerably different than it is today. But yeah, pretty interesting place to me. I find these things online, and I tell you, I have really enjoyed since I started YouTube, because it gets me out. It gets me to places like this that I never would have known existed, and it's just really interesting to me, and I hope it's interesting to y'all, because I really enjoy making these videos. I really enjoy coming to these places, and I really enjoy showing it to y'all. So a lot of these things, you know, people will never see on their own. You know, you may live in another state, another country, or just out some far away in this state, and just not somewhere that you would normally typically come to. So anyway, one last look around before we go. Take a look at the old mill, the haunted bridge. Like I said, haunted or not, this old bridge is cool. It's a nice little spot, good fishing spot too. I mean, I don't know if there's any fish to be caught, but really quite beautiful out here. Just look at that view. Isn't that something? Anyway, thank you all for coming along with me today. Thank you all for spending time with me, and until next time, I'm Red. Keep exploring, and I really appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all have a great day. Thanks a lot.